oscillation on junior MPC. Welcome to the junior MPC. So okay, oscillations were completed. So today's topic gravitation. So from this gravitation we get a 4 marks question. So that means short answer question, one 4 mark will be very important from this chapter. So in universe there will be totally 4 basic nature of forces are there. So one is that gravitational force, electrostatic force, weak nuclear force and a strong nuclear force. So gravitation, everybody according to Newton's law of gravitation, so every body in the universe attracts the another body. Suppose a planet with mass m, another planet with mass small m. So everybody, this capital M, this planet will attract the another body with a force F. That means according to Newton's law of gravitation, according to Newton's law of gravitation, this force of attraction directly proportional to product of their masses. So this is the product of the masses, mass of the planet, mass of the object. Everybody attracts the other body with a force. So let us say this will be equation number 1. So next, this force of attraction will be inversely proportional to square distance between the two bodies, line joining their centers. So inversely proportional, 1 by d square. Let us say this will be equation number 2. According to Newton's law of gravitation, there will be very 2 important points we have to remember. The first point, every body attracts the another body in the universe with a force directly proportional to product of their masses. Here, capital M is the mass of the planet, small m is the mass of the body. And inversely proportional to square distance between the two bodies. Let combine this 1 and 2. What we get? F proportional to m by d square, or F is equal to g m by d square. Here g is the proportionality constant, or we can call it as universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitational constant. What is the value of this g? It will be 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11. So what are the units for this g value? Suppose here g, take it out the g, then it becomes fd square by m. F value in newtons, d value distance in meter square, mass kg into kg square, Newton meter square per kg square. That means g value, units of g, force units will be in Newton, distance will be unit will be in meter, that will be square we are written here, mass kg into kg, that will be Newton meter square per kg square. That means units of this capital G, universal gravitational constant, the units will be Newton meter square per kg square. So the value will be 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11. It will be constant anywhere in the universe. It will not change from one place to another. It will be constant anywhere in the universe. What is the value of that constant? 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. These are the units of capital G. So okay, right, next. So after completion of this G value, so in the place of this F, from the Newton's second law, Newton's second law. What is this Newton's second law? Rate of change of momentum of a body directly proportional to applied force and moves the body in the direction of the applied force. That we already studied in the work, power and energy. So this about Newton laws we are already studied. So in the place of this F should be equal to either ma, but here A should be replaced with G, because we are talking about only the celestial bodies. That means bodies falling under the gravity. That means vertically traveling bodies. And so in the place of A, we should be written with G. What is this G? Acceleration due to gravity, small g. So earth attraction force on the body. Every body will be attracted by the earth with some force. That is gravitational force. The value of G will be 9.8 meter per second square. This is acceleration due to gravity. So it will be on the earth only. It will be changes from one place to another. That means from one planet to another planet. But on the earth, the G value will be 9.8 meter per second square. Suppose if you are written, so okay, F is equal to, write again. Here F is equal to Gmm by R square or D square. Okay, D square or R square or distance. Okay, this will be equation number 3. From Newton's second law, F is equal to mg, this is equation 4. From equation 3 and 4, so in the place of F, we should have to write as mg. Therefore, mg is equal to Gmm by D square or R square. The mm becomes cancelled. These are the mass of the objects. Then the formula will become G is equal to Gm by D square or G is equal to Gm by R square. Either D is equal to R, since. Okay. So G is equal to Gm by R square. That means here small g is the acceleration due to gravity, capital G is the universal gravitational constant, mass of the planet, so okay, radius of the planet. G is equal to Gm by R square. That means the relation between small g and R are always inversely proportional. That means if the radius of the planet increases, acceleration due to gravity on the planet will be decreases, because these are inversely proportional. Okay, so this is from the Newton's law of gravitation. So what is the statement for the Newton's law of gravitation? Every body in the universe attracts the another body with some force. That force should be directly proportional to the product of the masses of the mass of the planet and mass of the object, and inversely proportional to the square distance between the two bodies. That is the Newton's law of gravitation. From that we are derived G is equal to Gm by R square. G inversely proportional to R square. That means if radius of the planet increases, so acceleration due to gravity on the planet will be decreases. Suppose on the earth, so this is at the equator, these are the poles. So at the poles, R is minimum, so G will be maximum. So because R and G will be inversely proportional. If our radius decreases, G value increases. Here at the equator, R value, so okay, R value maximum, G value will be minimum. So that means at the equator, acceleration due to gravity will be minimum. At the poles, acceleration due to gravity will be maximum. Because Earth is at the poles, it will be flattened. That means radius decreases. So acceleration due to gravity will be increases. At the equator, that means it will be bulges at the equator. So radius will be more. So acceleration due to gravity will be less. Because so G and R all are always inversely proportional. So this is about the complete topic about Newton's universal law of gravitation. So universal constant gravitational constant, the value and the units you have to remember. 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Ready? G is equal to Gm by R square. So G and R inversely proportional. This M is the mass of the planet. So mass is nothing but density into volume. See the formula for density into volume. Density rho, volume. So let us consider Earth is a perfect sphere. Volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So that means formula for mass will be equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube rho. Here rho is the density. Substitute, let us say this is equation 1 and this is equation number 2. From this 1 and 2, G is equal to G, M, instead of M, we can substitute the value 4 by 3 pi r cube rho by r square. R square r cube will be cancelled, then we get 4 by 3 G pi r rho. So this is the, so small g value will be equal to 4 by 3 G pi r rho. Here G is the universal gravitational constant. That value will be 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. So R is the radius of the planet, rho is the density of the planet. So this is also equation to calculate the acceleration due to gravity on a given planet. So in terms of density, when they are given the density, G is equal to 4 by 3 G pi r rho. From the Newton's law of gravitation, G is equal to Gm by r square. So mass is nothing but M is mass of the planet. Mass is nothing but density into volume, where density will be denoted with rho. Volume, let us consider volume of the planet or Earth will be a perfect sphere. Volume of the sphere will be 4 by 3 pi r cube. So 4 by 3 pi r cube rho. This is equation number 1. This is 2. From this 1 and 2 we get small g will be equal to 4 by 3 G pi r rho, where G is the universal gravitational constant, R is radius of the planet, and rho is the density of the planet. That means we can calculate the small g in terms of the density. This is the next topic from the universal law of gravitation, relation between universal gravitational constant and density. Okay, next about orbital velocity. Should be denoted with V naught. Orbital velocity. What is this orbital velocity? Let us say this is the Earth of radius r and the mass capital M. Let we have to keep a satellite in the Earth orbit at a distance between this surface of the Earth to this satellite will be h. Then the total distance from the center of the Earth will be r plus h, because everybody will be attracted by the Earth. It's a 2 or 6 center, where r is the radius of the planet or Earth, h is the height from the surface of the Earth. So to give an orbit. So what is this orbital velocity? That is a horizontal velocity. A horizontal velocity required to keep the satellite in the Earth orbit. So how do you calculate this orbital velocity? So from the Newton's law of gravitation, just now we are calculated F is equal to Gmm by r square. But here the distance from the center of the earth to the given satellite or given orbit will be r plus h whole square. Generally r square, instead of r square we are written as r plus h whole square. This will be equation number 1. Okay. Next, when the satellite revolves around the planet, it requires some centripetal force to revolve around a planet. So the necessary centripetal force Fc is equal to mv naught square by, generally mv square by r, but here, so from the center of the earth, it will be r plus h. Instead of r, we are written as r plus h, because every object will be attracted towards its center. Here also, the satellite will be attracted towards the center of the earth. So it will be written as equation number 2. So to keep the satellite in the earth orbit, these forces must be equal. That means this Newton's law of gravitation and the centripetal force. That means, so this should, Fc should be equal to F. And what we will get? mv naught square by r plus h is equal to gmm by r plus h whole square. Here it will become cancelled. Mass of the satellite or object and m becomes cancelled. Then we will get v naught square is equal to gm by r plus h. So this will be v naught square. Therefore v naught is equal to root over gm by r plus h. This is one equation, equation number 3. Here also g is again universal gravitational constant, mass of the planet or radius of the earth or planet. H is the height from the surface of the planet. So v naught. But from the Newton's law of gravitation, we have proved that g is equal to gm by r square. G and r square are inversely proportional. Therefore, g r square is equal to gm. So, okay, gm or gm will be equal to gr square. So let's say it will be equation number 4. From 3 and 4, so what is the equation 3? Gm root 2 over gm by r plus h. Therefore from 3 and 4, r gm will be gr square. Write it as the v naught equal to root 2 over gm by r plus h, but gm value will be equal to gr square. That means here we can write it as gr square, since gm equal to gr square. Okay. But while comparing with the radius of the earth, the height of the satellite will be very, very small. Therefore, while comparing with the radius, height will be negligible. Therefore, v naught will be equal to root 2 over gr square by r. Neglect the h. Okay. Then r will come cancel. Therefore, v naught equal to root 2 over gr. This is the equation for orbital velocity. When radius of the planet is given, the relation between orbital velocity and r will be v naught will be equal to root 2 over gr. So from the definition, what is the definition for orbital velocity? So it is a horizontal velocity required to keep the satellite in the earth orbit. How much velocity will be required to keep the satellite in the earth orbit? That is the orbital velocity. It is an horizontal velocity. So okay, let us consider. So radius of the earth will be r. So height from the surface of the satellite will be h. It is the orbit. So okay, mass of the planet will be m. So every object will be attracted towards the center of the planet. So from the center it will be r plus h. From the Newton's law of gravitation, F is equal to gmma r plus h whole square. This is the equation number 1. Centripetal force required for the satellite to revolve or to keep inside the planet will be m0 square by r plus h. This is equation 2. So to keep the satellite in the orbit, Fc will be equal to F. So on solving